Woke up on the cold floor this morning. I've wasted so much money on winter sleeping pads at this point. Absolutely disgusted this morning. Really wish I would have slept on it at Stanimals to test it out. So it looks like Daytona Mike's gonna let me use his Thermarest X Lite, the yellow one. It's got like a 4.2 R value. Internet says it's good down to 20. It's only a 20-degree quilt that I'm using, so I feel like my quilt's probably not gonna be good enough now at 20. This will keep me on trail for a little bit though. This pad's way worse than the one I just mailed back, but Daytona Mike sent it in the mail yesterday, so they're closed today. Not the way I'd like to start off my year at all. Landed back over here in Glasgow, Stanimals. When Daytona Mike made it to the shelter to hike, I started looking for my wallet. I thought it was in my fanny pack and it wasn't there. I was freaking out. So also my phone died right about that time. It's really not my morning. So I decided to come back to the hostel with Mike and, just chill out for a minute, have a cup of coffee, relax for New Year's, and I'm gonna pay him to bring me back up there to the shelter a little bit later this evening and get back on trail. Just needed to collect my thoughts. The sleeping pad ruined my morning off the bat and then really sent me over the edge when I thought my wallet was lost. Turns out my wallet was in my fanny pack the whole time. I felt like an idiot, but at least it's not missing, right? Really put everything into perspective. Like, the sleeping pad sucks, but this could be a lot worse, like losing my wallet. So anyways, that's the plan. Well, hope everyone's having a better start to the new year than I am. So Mike's doing hot dogs and baked beans for New Year's. Looks like I'm gonna hang out for a little bit. So I decided I'd go ahead and try some Gorilla Glue on the pinhole on the Thermarest mattress just to give it a whirl, and it actually held. No air was leaking, or at least, I couldn't hear any air leaking like I could before. So I've got it sitting right here underneath the fan. I put another drop of Gorilla Glue on top of that. I'm gonna see, perhaps when it dries, this is gonna work. I'm not really holding my breath here, but I figure it's worth a shot. Definitely not leaking right now, or at least not quick enough to, hear it coming out. So try not to get my hopes up right now, but I kind of am, if I'm being honest. Daytona Mike said I could use his Thermarest pad, the yellow one with the R4 value, and that still may be the move, but I know we got some really cold temperatures coming. With the 20-degree quilt, I'd feel a lot more comfortable with the X-Therm with the R7 value. Only way I'm gonna be able to take off with this pad and feel comfortable is if I have a full night's sleep with it tonight, wake up with this bad boy fully inflated in the morning. Really should have did that 2 days ago when I got here the first night, but I was stressing to get the video finished early so I could take off the next morning early. Yada yada, here we are. So I've said this before, but Charlie's just like the Dalai Lama, except for Mr. Rogers, right? Like when the Dalai Lama dies, they say his soul is reincarnated and it picks a new body, and they have like all these different tests they do to decide which kid's the new Dalai Lama. Well, the first time I met Charlie, I was like, dude's just like Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. He has the best energy. He acts just like him. He can kind of look like him a little bit. I was like, what? And then I found out his last name is Rogers too. Shame not to be hiking on such a beautiful day. Well, it's official. Another night here at Stanimals. Guess it's not the worst thing to be hanging out, relaxing in town for New Year's. Got some really good food, good company with Daytona Mike and Charlie. So, yeah, I'll just stay here tonight, get back on trail tomorrow. The Gorilla Glue is holding. I've sat on it every which way, rolled around violently, jammed my elbows into it. I think it's pretty field tested. Now I'm gonna deflate it, inflate it, deflate it, inflate it, and then sleep on it tonight. If it passes all those tests, I'm gonna continue with it. Fingers crossed. All right, test number 1. Still holding air. Still holding air. Starting to think this might actually work. All right, let's go for round 2. I hate how hard it is to turn this blue thing. It just feels way too hard for this delicate material. Oh, still no leak. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it blown up right now. Sleep on it tonight. And I may even carry some of this Gorilla Glue in case I have to use it again. But feeling pretty confident about it right now.